Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily, and hello. So sorry for our tardiness, but Luke literally just finished reading these chapters, so we're getting hot.
Hot.
Discourses.
Sorry.
Hot reactions straight from the source. Tonight we are doing chapters 68 through 74 of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you're joining us, just know that this one right here is the Smart Oracle. She is the guide to take us through these sorts of novels, this content right here. If you followed us for a little while, you know we've done actually section by section reactions to the first two novels, and we're about finished with this one. There's only one section left. Reminder, I need to buy the next book. So if you'd like to follow along, check that out on YouTube. You can also check out the other stuff we've done. You can look up the Kitchen Couch on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. Just look for our emblem or whatever. And this one right here, the Smut Oracle. We got memberships. We got other things. We show up 2 or 3 times a week to do this kind of stuff. So stay tuned. I'm going to throw it to Emily right now so we can get a recap of what happened, just in case you've not read this in a little while. And we're going to go.
A little while. In case it's been a little while. In case it's been a little while for you, it's chapters 68 through 74. So in these chapters, we open with Feyre finally facing the Ouroboros, and honestly, anticlimactic. But she looks into the mirror that's driven everyone else insane, survives it, and claims it. And that's enough to secure the Bone Carver's bargain. So congratulations, the Night Court now has a death god on the roster. Now it's time for the big battle. Rhys gives his pre-war speech and the plan is set. While the armies clash, Feyre and Amren slip away to the Cauldron to try to nullify it before the war spirals any further. Meanwhile, the battlefield turns into a surprise guest parade. Reinforcements arrive right when things look bleak. We have Timmy Tam, Baron, Miriam and Draken, Jurian, and finally Vassa, the Firebird Queen, escorted by none other than Papa Archeron, who sails in with an entire human armada. Dad really said, I have done literally nothing to help you your entire lives. Let me help you out in the last possible second. The fighting is brutal. The Bone Carver, the Weaver, both fall in battle, taking 2 ancient monsters off the board. At the Cauldron, things go sideways because Amren tricks Feyre into grabbing it. And the moment she does, Feyre is pulled into the Cauldron's awareness, forced to watch the battlefield through its power while no one else realizes she can see what's happening. Through it, she watches Hybern grab Papa Archeron, use him as a human shield against Nesta. When her father mouths off to the king in front of her, Hybern just on the spot. And then Hybern turns toward Cassian and Nesta, and it is looking not great. It's looking not good. Looks like they're about both to... until Elain appears out of nowhere and drives Azriel's dagger straight through the King of Hybern's neck. And that is where these chapters end. So, these chapters are war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. The battlefield turning into the most chaotic reunion tour imaginable. And quiet little Elain stepping out of the shadows to straight up stab the King of Hybern in the neck. So, Luke, are you ready?
Yeah, no one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's hit it. That was a lot. That's a lot. Okay. I was good with the first half. Not gonna lie to you. I was good with the first half. And then it got weirder. 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 Return of the Jedi only does this better. Return of the King does not do this better. Return of the Jedi does this better. Not Return of the King.
That's a lot of words.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
That's a lot.
Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? Like
That's a lot of words.
Why is that a lot of words?
Very high praise.
There's a lot that happens. They're just like, we're going to take about 40 pages and just, resolve 80 things. And everyone's going to be surprised, and there's going to be no character growth, except for one person. One person gets character growth. That is Amren. Amren and Nesta get character growth, and that's it.
And not Papa?
Everyone else is pretty much the same. No, he was just lame before. Now he's still kind of lame, but dead. Moment of silence. Hold on. I'm kidding. We're not doing a moment of silence for that guy. No, we're not
for that guy.
No.
No.
Might have to do one for the King Hybern, though, because that guy might be
We don't know. We don't know.
He only got stabbed in the neck. This is great. This was great stuff. And when we get to it, we will be doing King of Hybern quotes. Because awesome. Like, awesome. Awesome stuff. This is the most anime thing I've ever read in a book. This kind of shit happens in anime all the time. Like, every single anime coalesces in a similar fashion. One of my favorites all time is Full Metal Alchemist. At the end, everyone kind of comes together. They all kind of resolve at the same kind of point, and they defeat the god of their story. That's what happened here. Who knew the King of Hybern was so formidable? Actually, kind of weird. And I love the nuclear deterrent. That's kind of my favorite part. The Cauldron being as formidable as it is, because we have death gods, and the death gods stood absolutely no chance against the MacGuffin of this story, the Infinity Gauntlet, as it were, for those who are just dirty enough to have also seen that. So I'm going to let you get started with where we kind of go. We kind of break down for you, the people that are watching, you people. Yes, you people. We're going to break this down. But when we get to the king, look, you know what's about to happen.
I know what's going to happen. I'm ready for it. I've been waiting this whole time. Anytime the king speaks, I now hear you doing that voice. So I'm really excited.
It's so perfect. It's so perfect. My actual favorite part is the King of Hybern takes a shot. Maybe the first one that he ever takes in his entire life. He gets knocked down.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
which is a super big deal in fantasy.
Yeah.
In male fantasy.
Right.
Like it wasn't made a big deal in here. And I was just like, is that the first time that guy's ever gotten knocked down?
I mean, probably.
Should we talk about that?
Yeah.
Anywho, go ahead and do your thing.
No, totally. Okay, so we start at 68. We go and we face down the Ouroboros. Okay, so we look in the mirror and we see crawling down the wall behind her a massive beast of claws and scales and fur and shredding teeth. Fur was like black and gold. Anyway, also had like some scales. It was weird looking. But it was our girl. It was Faye. It was Fabra. So she looks in the mirror, and honestly, it's like she looked in it, and then we fade to black and we go to the bone carver and we're like, there it is. We did this. You're welcome. Now let's go. And then he's like, oh, good. I didn't even really want the mirror. I just wanted to be sure that you were worthy.
Yeah, I mean, that seems about right. No, I don't think so. I actually thought that was warranted.
Okay.
Because he kind of treats everyone like trash. And then but the first time someone actually asks him for help unmitigated, he's like, yeah, go do this thing that's impossible to everyone. And she does it. So actually, I think it's warranted. To me, I didn't feel like it was lame. I was like, oh yeah, this actually
I just feel like we've been talking about it. Story. We've been talking about the Ouroboros for most of this book, and it being this impossible task. And then we don't actually see her doing the impossible task. So it just feels like they jumped the shark just a little bit.
Maybe.
Just for me.
I don't mind it being, I mean, it's hey, this is actually just the most functional mirror that's ever been. And they're like, oh, you may not like what you see in the mirror,
It's true. It's true. But she's also like, it's just me. And I already kind of hated myself and got over it. And so it wasn't really that big a deal.
So for those who have never taken mushrooms or acid, when you have a bad trip, this is what happens. I wouldn't know.
You would not know?
From what I've heard. So if you don't want this to happen, don't take mushrooms. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from the people.
Okay, heard. I'm glad that you cleared that up a little bit.
There is some cutting though, like you talked about. It is unique for them. She's like, I have no idea how much time in between, and then she just kind of shows back up, and war's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's like they're walking along because they walk through the villages that are destroyed and all that. So it's like, it feels like a super cut. It's kind of weird. So then we're at the top of 69 now. Giggity, giggity. And we are walking through literally her, the realm, where her family's estate was and all of the things. And it's been burned and it's bad. And then we get to kind of a cute point that becomes important, where they're all kind of strapping up, weaponing up, and Azrael gives his dagger to Elain. So Elain, it says Azrael still limping, merely nudged aside Cassian, because Cassian's like trying to give her like a sword, and she's like, no thank you, I don't know how to use that.
Right.
And so Azrael's like, here, this is truth teller, I won't be using it today, so I want you to. And then everybody just kind of looks like, oh shit, he never lets anybody touch that knife. Like,
he barely lets anybody see that knife.
Yeah, like
if you see that knife, you're dead.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So it's like, what? And so he says some people say it's magic and it will always strike true. And so they're like, okay, well, has that ever happened? And then Rhys is like reading her thoughts and is like, no, that never happens, actually. I've never seen Azrael let any person ever touch that knife. So kind of sweet and cute, and ends up being kind of important.
Right.
And then we get the some of you will die. Sorry, no, I'm just kidding. He does, it's more of like the Aragorn speech, you know, we will not die today, it will not be this day, whatever. It was kind of like that, but a little more sweet and personable, because he has a moment for every single person to say, like, if I hadn't met you, this would never have happened, or I wouldn't be this person. And if I hadn't met you, I wouldn't have done this, and blah, blah, blah. So it is kind of cute and sweet. What were your thoughts?
It could have been inauthentic. And it was...
could have been and was not, and that's why you're liking it?
It very easily could have been a fairly inauthentic Rhys thing. Because he is flamboyant in these moments. He's flamboyant throughout the series in these moments where he's talking to people he doesn't know, or he tries to make a quip or a joke, and it's like, buddy, you've got ADHD. You should not say these things. That's weird. That is a weird thing to say out loud. It was like earned. I enjoyed it. I thought, you know, if you watch any of these, you know, you watch Braveheart or whatever, like a dude can speak for a long time to try to get the troops rallied, but he was just like, you are cool as hell. You can suck sometimes, but man, you can throw a sword, and that's dope. It was just like, you know, keeping everybody in, you know, it was for everyone, which is cool. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just to hear himself speak, which is a totally dude thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, Rhys doesn't usually do like just a dude thing. Like, he's normally pretty good.
I'm talking about the author. For the author to write for a dude, it was like, okay, this is really good. So it's really good and authentic.
High praise. My praise from Luke.
It's authentic.
It is. I agree. I like it too. I will say, like, I teared up a couple of times in these chapters. I'm not gonna lie. So
I didn't tear up. There were a few parts that were confusing. I had to go reread. I was like, what just happened?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But we've talked about like some of this. Yeah, we can get to it. We'll get to it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So as we keep going, we approach the battlefield and we figure out, like, basically he has picked this spot that kind of, I mean, it's like, it's a perfect spot for him, Hybern, strategically.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crappy place to have to fight a war. So here we go into the final battle of everything that's going on. And they're basically like, okay, here's what we're going to do. You got to see your boy missed some people. Okay.
Immediately.
But it's like, we're going to wait. We're holding until the match. So the first part's like magic against magic, because there's shields in place. So they stand there and it looks like nothing's happening. And Amren's like, God, this part sucks.
Yeah, this is the worst part. It's kind of true though. Like in Avengers Infinity War, when the alien army shows up and they start shooting at the shields in Africa, and you just, or Georgia, really, but yeah, just outside of Atlanta, but it's Africa, and they start shooting at the shield, and you're just like, oh god, this is boring. They could be doing this for hours and not go anywhere. And then everyone's like, no, I forgot how boring war can be sometimes, and you're just like, yeah, I get it, yeah. This is shitty.
It's true. It's so true. So it's like, all right, well, okay, we have to just wait forever for this to happen. And then the shields are about to falter and go down. And I do love this part. So Farrah just casually is like, oh, hey, babe, I forgot to get you a mating present. Like I never got you one. And so I thought I would just, maybe get you one. And as the shields fall, all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's the bone carver and Bryaxis ready to like just murder.
Yeah, she had like glamored them for hours. They were just walking around with her like two ghosts. Just shut the fuck up while we're walking around these people. Rhys is probably going to give a speech. Just keep your fucking mouth shut, Bone Carver. We know you like to yap. Okay, shut the fuck up. Like you knew that happened. You knew that happened. Yeah, like Rhys is about to talk. Shut the fuck up. I'll let you know. You'll get. It'll be a clear signal when it's time to show up. All right. And they do. They show the fuck up. And Rhys is like, God damn, that is awesome. And then the Wicked Witch of the Central shows up.
He's like, dang it, I got you one too. And it was the Weaver.
Yeah.
So brother and sister see each other on the battlefield, because remember, he's going to stay in jail. He's going to stay in the prison because he was like, I don't want her to remember I'm alive.
Well, siblings can be scary. Let's not get weird about it. Siblings can be scary.
I hear you. We all have them. Well, some of us do. So they see each other and they kind of clock each other like, oh, hey. All right. Well, we did say we were bargained to do this. Like, we're kind of bound by our thing. So
you showed up too. Dope.
This is kind of awkward, but hey, sis. So anyway, that's kind of fun. I did really enjoy that. What did you think about that moment? Especially the like, here's to a long, happy mating, Rhys.
The reveal it's dope. It's dope. The tattoo is cool. Like I kind of want that actually.
The tattoo down her spine.
Well, I would get it like on my wrist here, but like the different 4 different moon phases, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah,
that would be pretty dope.
Pretty dope. I do love it.
I want like who's gonna I mean, when it was down her spine, I was like, hot. Because who's gonna see that but Rhys?
Right. Well, it is a mating present. So
oh, you got a tattoo. Nice. Like
Yeah. It's a mating present.
Hot. Like I was like,
it's a mating present for
hot.
a reason.
Good job. Yeah. It's a tattoo I kind of want. Hot. Anyway.
Yeah. I feel you. We all feel you. It's fine.
Yep.
So, what I also love is we figured out that's why Elain was in the woods. Because all of a sudden we're like, why was he there? He was there to bargain for Rhys with the Weaver.
Right. That was cool too.
That was kind of nice. So no plot holes. We love no plot holes. And then he says, here's to family reunions. Foreshadowing.
Hit it.
Well, because Papa Archeron's going to show up later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but Rhys says here's to family reunions. But he meant the Bone Carver and the Weaver.
Right.
But then Papa Archeron shows up as well. So that's pretty cray.
That's way later. Because we have like regular battle sequences happening now. So we've got the 3 like omnipotent characters who are essentially just shades of energy. The Weaver is just the super hot witch queen who's like mowing people down, and then you've got Bryaxis who's just like a gas, a dark gas that's just floating across the field, just shooting energy.
Why didn't we look this up before? Because yet again, the Harry Potter fans are probably going to be screaming at their computer. It's the thing that is like the massive shadowy stuff that becomes your biggest fear.
Oh yeah, we should.
In Harry Potter, we should have looked this up. This is the second time we failed to do this.
Bryaxis is fear itself. It's a boggart.
Boggart, thank you. It's basically a boggart. So it turns out, Dementor, close. Oh, hey, Christina. Hey, I didn't know you were here. Hi, babes.
Christina.
So, yes, but it's basically fear itself. So it's shadows and all of the things. And then it appears to the people as like the thing that they're the most afraid of.
Yeah, and then the bone carver turns into a massive Illyrian soldier, which I'm just like, so did it just turn into the thing it's the most afeared of?
I don't remember reading that part.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it said the bone carver appeared as an Illyrian soldier.
Hold on, let's see. It says standing were the bone carver and Bryaxis. Okay. Both bound to obey by the simple bargain. Oh, nope. Ink to my spine. We covered that. Myself. I saw myself.
Oh, man. We're doing the thing with dead air.
I know. Okay. Carve some about Inu from the... Nope. I don't know. It doesn't say anything about how it shows up, at least in what I found. So, could be wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Could be wrong.
I thought that's
but I love that that's what you thought. I just thought it was like happening. So top of 70 is when it happens. The moment you've been waiting for this entire time. You get to see Rhys use his misting power. So top of chapter 70, all he does is point his finger. He points his finger, obsidian power erupts from him, and a massive chunk of Hybern's army just misted. Red mist and metal shavings lay where they had been. So there you go. He split the army in two just by going poof.
So here is where my confusion began right there.
Okay, let's break it down. What were you confused about?
There's I need visual aids.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's pretty clear. He sticks his hands out, fingers stretched, both hands, and shoots a sort of beam of black energy and vaporizes an entire legion, I guess, of a massive group of Hybern soldiers, right? And as we continue through these moments, you start to see where you start to see where you don't know where Feyre is when it's like, oh, we have to leave. And then she kind of just gets pushed down to the ground, or other people get pushed down to the ground actually. And there's just other stuff that happens. And it's just visually, it's kind of weird.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to go to the north here. We're going to go to the south. And I'm just like, all right, well, paint me a picture here.
Okay. So basically it's it's a bowl, if you think about it a little bit, or almost like a half pipe. So everyone in the middle is where they're fighting on the ground, in the center. And then there's high ground, on both sides. Right. So, a little bit higher on this side where Hybern is and where they are. So they're on the hill watching all this stuff happen. And then all the regular soldiers are running towards each other to battle. Right. And so they're standing on the hill watching this happen. Shields go. And then Rhys is poof, half of them split.
Yeah.
So it's parting the Red Sea just about. And then Azrael follows up with a second blast into the flank. So they're there. And then they're watching all this stuff happen. And that's when they look at the horizon, because the sea is over there to the side where there's no hills.
Well, so right? the armies start engaging each other.
Yeah,
right.
The armies are fighting.
Right.
And then they hear sound, a horn to the north. And they look.
And they see the Hybern fleet. And they're like,
and then there's all these fleet.
We're dead as fuck, because they're getting surrounded. And they think they're going to die. And then they hear another set of horns. And it's
then it's it's the Riders of Rohan. They've come.
Yeah. No, I guess we haven't gotten to this point yet. Yes, it is the Riders of Rohan. So Tamlin shows up with whatever troops he can manage.
Baron. Yeah.
Baron shows up, and then Jurian shows up with a human.
With Grayson.
With Grayson's group. Right.
Yeah, ex-fiance of Elain shows up. And then Jurian is leading that army. Then you have soldiers with Baron, because Tamlin walked into the Autumn Court and snapped him by the neck and held him down and was like, "We're going to war, buddy."
Yeah. you don't get to sit this one out, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was it's cool points. You get a little.
And I like that Eris just kind of showed up like a jerk and was just like because to me he's a jerk. He just showed up like a jerk and he was just like, yeah, Tamlin just kind of rolled in and just grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him out.
He shows up and the first thing he says is, "We thought you might need some help."
Yeah, what a jerk.
Yeah.
And his hands rested on his hilt. I imagine he's like leaning on one leg.
Yeah, for sure. Help. Thought you might need some help, so we showed up.
And then the brothers do the poof thing where they get rid of all the Faebane because the Faebane was crushing our guys.
Right. So they go and set it all on fire. That's super handy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I love that you're like, I hate that guy. And I'm like, I think he's sexy.
Who do you... Wait, Eris?
Eris. I love an asshole.
Oh.
I just love him.
I don't hate him, but he's a jerk. Yeah. Like
he is.
I can be a jerk sometimes. Let's not get weird about it.
That's why I like you. So yeah, we show up and then they go and kill all or like blow up all the Faebane. So that's great. So that's not an issue we have to deal with because honestly, that's been an issue a lot in the book in the past, and it's a little boring now. So let's just eliminate that and move on.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time. So Rhys is freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he almost can't hear words, and that's when these people show up and they're like, "Hey, Rhys, we need orders, dude. Like we got stuff to do here." And Rhys is like, Tamlin's with you? And they're like, yeah, he dragged him here. He dragged us here, like for real. He's like, all right, go do stuff. He even says, he's like, Rhys, first time he kind of blinked with confusion at the top of 624. And then that's why Amren and the sisters were like, we should probably go to the Cauldron right now. And they don't go anywhere because weird shit starts happening again.
Yeah. So it says now, quiet as a shadow, they are going to like head off. It's like, oh, this way. And then as they start to head that way, oh, yeah, it's because Nesta starts feeling all queasy and awkward again because she knows something's about to happen. They're about to rally the power of the Cauldron. So they're all about to go do what they need to do to sneak off to go to the Cauldron. And Nesta's like, oh, bad news bears. This is bad. So she starts screaming her head off for Cassian because she knows what's about to happen.
Right.
So she's just screaming, Cassian. And then he is obsessed with her. So he leaves his post as general to go like check on her to be like, you good? And it saves his life.
Right, because a beam of unholy light, just not wipes out a bunch of soldiers in the air, and they become ash.
1,000 Illyrian warriors.
Yeah, like they become ash. So when we talk about this, that is what in my brain Rhys is capable of.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, that's basically what he did was he did like 1,000 mist like that straight out.
Yes.
And then they knew they needed to handle and get rid of the Illyrians because they're they can fly.
They're also dogs.
Yeah. And then they've got some like creatures because they have those adder-like creatures, right? So, but they knew what to do. So the Illyrians are like fighting the adder type folks in the air. And then all of a sudden, all the adders just like drop out of the sky, leaving the Illyrians that are there totally exposed. And then all of them die.
Well, you got the Griffin characters too, the brown-winged ones.
The Seraphim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they got crushed too. Yeah, rest in peace, obviously.
Oh, sorry. No, the Paragons.
Yeah, I just think they're like brown. There's black wings, like brown griffins. Wings, and white wings. Griffins. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So, because the Seraphim are more like angel wings, and they're coming later with Miriam and Draken. Spoiler alert. So, anyway, Nesta had known what was happening and called him back, and so he would have been misted or the Cauldron's version of misting. Yeah,
they got nuked.
Yeah. Basically. Mm-hmm. So when that happened,
Instagib. I think it's called Instagib in video. He got Instagibbed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know who else got hit by that? The Bone Carver.
Well, the second one, right? Because it was like,
right.
And then it was like, kaboo, and the Bone Carver looked back at Feyre like, I knew this was going to happen. It's been real, and it's been cool, but it ain't been real cool. I'm out. And then she's like,
and there he was.
She's like, I'm gonna say a little prayer for you, forever, forever. You're in my heart, and I will always love you. But no.
That was a great mashup. I really loved it a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what is not going to stick around forever? That tattoo, because once he was gone, the bargain of the tattoo around her wrist dissolved and went away.
Moment of silence. Really? No, we're not going to do it for this one. We're saving it. Yeah, no, the Bone Carver's death was actually sad. I actually was sad at that moment. Not for the other sad moments. That moment, I was just like, you know, for a man who loved prison, or for a thing that loved prison to die on the battlefield to the most dangerous weapon that's ever been. Damn. It was real sad. It was real sad.
I feel you on that. And that takes us to the top of 71.
Oh, so, right.
Top of 71 we go, in which case we have a little moment where we basically are doing RIP, moment of silence for the Bone Carver. And that's when things look really bleak. Things are really, really, really bad.
Right. They are bleak because they're going to get nuked. Like, they know they're going to get nuked, and they know that the King of Hybern doesn't care about its own soldiers. So it's like, it doesn't, you can't, like, you know, you know that scene in Return of the Jedi, shout out, where the ships are flying around and Lando's like, and he's talking to Admiral Ackbar, and he's like, get as close as you can so and engage those Star Destroyers at point blank range. And, you know, Admiral Ackbar's like, we can't last long against those Star Destroyers. He's like, we'll last longer than we did against the Death Star. And maybe we'll take a few of them with us. Can't do that.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's what's happening. And so they're like trying to figure out what's going on. What?
It's just, I'm so annoying, dude.
No, you're not.
I was like, what is he doing? Anyway, go ahead. Because there's more to come.
There is. It's bad. So things are not looking great. Azrael's like, I'm going in. And he's like, no, you're not. And he says, chain me to a tree, Rhys. Because he was like, I will chain your ass to a tree. And so now he's like, fine. Chain me to a tree, Rhys. Go ahead. I'll rip it out of the ground and fly with it on my damn back. And I'm like, I forgot Azrael's like kind of hot in this.
He's actually might be the most attractive character in this book.
I have not ever been an Azrael girly. I just have not. I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I like him. And for me, it's probably like, of the Bat Boys, it probably is Rhys, Azrael, then Cassian, because I'm just not really a Cassian fan.
Azrael does a lot of really subtle hot shit.
He does a lot of subtle hot shit.
And to me, all of the, I'm including the ladies, like, objectively, Azrael is the most attractive character.
Kind of, yeah.
Because he does like really subtle hot guy shit.
Really kind of, and like
even the handing of the knife was like, oh, that's
sweet and attentive. Shit. Yeah, and attentive, but like, yeah.
Thank you, Liz. Fan. Yeah, thank you, Liz. As is the hottest.
Oh, Liz is back. Hey, Liz. Sorry, I was on TikTok. Okay, so yeah.
Oh, again, Cabin Man on my TikTok. Hey, Cabin Man. What's up? We're reading this book or talking about the end of this book.
So, okay. So that's what's happening. He's like, fine, we gotta deal with it. Everything's fine. Can it be done with just me? She's asking, like, can we do this? Do we need all of my sisters? Because at this point, like, we need to be ready to move forward here.
Yeah. And Amren's like, well, there's nothing in the spell that says we can't, so we might as well try.
Like, maybe we can do it. Should be fine with just us. And so we go there. So everyone's gone to kind of split up at this point.
Give me just a second. So Cabin Man, this is the third book of a series of books. There's 5 of them so far. The next one's coming out in October. That is romantasy. You've caught it at the Return of the Jedi stage, right at the end of the third story, where the culmination of 1,200 pages is happening, or more. 14, closer to 1,000, closer to 2,000 pages is happening right now. So we're on the very end. We're in the what do you call it? The penultimate section of this book, of this series. You could maybe don't want to speak for her because she's the one who's like the brain
I'm in charge here, cabin man.
Cabin man. No, it's kind of a cool name. But yeah, this is like this is the Return of the Jedi. This is the Return of the King. This is Back to the Future 3. This is all of those moments. Toy Story 3. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So sorry. Cabin man said, I don't know the book. This, if you're into ladies love this. Anyway, go ahead.
So, basically we're like, oh, I don't think we're gonna get to have a goodbye, because bad things are happening all around, and now we have to leave and run, and this is not good. So Rhys is like, listen, if you make it there and we don't, then run. Like, please just run. Like, just go and never look back. And she's like, you said no goodbyes. Like, I know.
That was to Liz, by the way. That was to Liz. She says, please stop comparing ACOTAR to Toy Story. I'm like, Toy Story is a phenomenal trilogy. What are we doing? It's like maybe the best trilogy of all time.
Oh my God. Okay. So, again, we say goodbye to Azriel. And then we about to say goodbye to Cassian here in a minute. It's just really sad all around. Right. But then, right as all this stuff is happening, like Cassian's like, I'll see you on the other side. And he does not mean at the end of this battle. Another horn blast cleaves through the world. 12 horns lifted in perfect, mighty harmony. And it's like, what is it? So they all... Rhys just grabs Feyre and hauls her ass to the sky. And then Cassian flies up there too and knows that Nesta's nosy and is going to need to know what's happening. So he grabs her too.
I love it. She's like, Feyre's like, as if she told him to. Which I was like, I'm kind of okay with it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Let's put that in the story for sure.
For sure. I mean, we all know Nesta wears the pants in that situation. So, in that situation ship at the moment. So
I wouldn't say that. I'd say they're both pretty formidable, and he's being a good steward. But yes.
Yeah, but he's pretty whipped. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Says the most powerful hand-to-hand combat person. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, anytime he wants something, he needs something, she's there. So I think it's pretty close.
Okay, I think it's nice of you to say that.
Wait till we get to later.
I think it's nice for you to say that. So anyway, there she is. Nesta's there. They're looking, and it's like, oh wow, look at all of this. It's all of these armies and people that have shown up. The Seraphim, which are the angels, Draken's Legion, and then ships. Many different ships. 1,000 ships from countless nations. It seems Miriam's people, right. And they're all. We see Drake. So Draken like flies up because he's winged, and so he like meets Rhys and Cassian in the sky, and he's like, what up, brother? Where you been? Oh, we've been hanging out on our little island the whole time.
Actually, we were just chilling. We just double warded it. So sorry about it.
We were there the whole time. We kind of forgot that we warded it because some shit went down about 300 years ago. And then our bad, because it worked really well. So we were actually just there the whole time.
I didn't think about this while I was reading, but now that you say it, did they mention that in any of the book that we've gone through so far where there was some shit that went down 350 years ago?
I don't remember.
Are we going to cover that? Is that something to cover?
Not important.
Okay, cool.
It's like they might have mentioned it prior to, because they did go looking and it was like a desolate island, right? But it basically was just a diversion tactic that they learned from Velaris.
Yeah. Do you know that scene from The Outsiders when like they're going to fight and the greasers meet the other greasers from the other part of town, and they're getting ready to go fight the Socs, and they're like, oh, you're a greaser too? Yeah, we are a greaser. Hey, what's up? Or the scene from Newsies when it's like, we're going to Brooklyn, and they're like, Spy Conley, and then Brooklyn shows up during the battle, and you're just like, Brooklyn. That's what happened here. I loved it. Yeah. I'm giving myself goosebumps thinking about it.
Oh, love that for you.
Yeah,
you are the best. I adore you. I genuinely do. So yeah, he basically says, he's like, well, what happened? And he says 3 centuries ago. So 3 centuries ago, we had some trouble on our borders and set up a glamour to keep the island shielded. And that was the idea they got from them because of how Rhys had warded Velaris.
Right.
Yeah.
Thought that was cool.
Turns out it worked too well because it kept out enemies and friends. And so he's like, y'all motherfuckers have been there this whole time. We have needed help. And y'all just been hanging out on that island this whole time. Are you for reals? Okay, cool. So anyhow, that all happens. And then he's like, oh, this is a friend of yours, blah, 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 blah. So all that's happening says they're led by a queen named Vasa.
And everybody's like, oh, you mean the one that was foretold?
That we've been looking for her this whole time.
We sent one of our BFFs over to find her. Is he with her? And he's like, no. Actually, he met up with us later. Actually, the person who found her was, I forgot.
The Prince of Merchants.
Oh, right. Old Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Old Dad was like, Vasa, we need your help. And she was like, I'm down. And then I thought at this moment we were going to see the third sibling, actually. Oh. But then I remembered that the third sibling was bound to the lake. Or bound to the tree next to the lake. Ooh, we might have lost Emily for just a hot second. I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully she comes back because I'm not as good as she is at these sorts of things. We're just going to keep talking, though. I think it's kind of cool, though, because then Vasa shows up and she turns into this like winged phoenix character and just starts completely destroying boats. Emily is back. She's going to be back on Restream in just a hot second because I can see her right over there. Yes. 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 Yes.
She's back, baby. She's back. I'm sorry. What did I miss?
You missed she turned into a winged phoenix and started just destroying ships like she's Dumbledore.
Yeah. Okay. So it says, because Liz asked the questions, how did Papa Archeron know about Vasa? I'll tell you. So it says, they're like, oh, our friend was looking for her. Was it found by Lucian? The male with the eye? No. We met up with him later on, told him where to go, to come now. Actually, so pushy. Good thing, at least, because we were on our way to see you if you needed help. Who found Vasa? He calls himself the Prince of Merchants. Apparently, he discovered the human queens were traitors months ago and has been gathering an independent human army to face Hybern ever since. He managed to find Queen Vasa, and together they rallied this army. So how did he know about it? I don't know, but I think he just kind of like stumbled into her, and then their interest aligned.
I would go ahead and can I do headcanon?
Mm-hmm.
We know that trade between her and the other queens and the rest of the societies is kind of fractured. I imagine old dude was trying to make some money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was on the continent because remember this whole time, it's like, where is Papa Archeron? He went to a meeting that they had on the continent about what was happening, the grumblings of things that were happening in Prythian.
North of the wall, yes.
Yes. So he went to do that. And as he's figuring this out, he's like, oh, those queens are actually bitches.
Yeah, go figure. A merchant, right, who's trying to, hoodwink people, finds out queens are also hoodwinking people.
I don't think he's trying to hoodwink people. I mean, he's like generally trying to like make trade.
Sure. Yeah. That guy is just generally trying to make that guy that got
that was literally his job. That was his job. But the problem,
I'm just saying he doesn't have a history of making good deals. That's all I'm saying.
No, the problem with that was that he basically got real desperate and put all of his eggs in one basket and tried to like do it the cheap way, to go straight across this place where they were like, don't do that. Ships crash all the time. And he's like, yeah, but it's too lucrative not to, and I'll be fine. And he wasn't fine. And that's why they were destitute.
And then Rhys crashed the ship so he can meet Feyre. But yeah.
I don't think that's true. That headcanon needs your head examined because that is incorrect.
Sure. We're sure. Yeah, sure. It did not happen. We have not found out yet exactly how that went down. You're right.
That did not happen. So he says, he told me that he's got 3 daughters who live here and that he failed them for many years, but he would not fail them this time. And he's riding in on 3 ships named after his 3 daughters, the Feyre, the Elain, and he is on the front of the Nesta, charging at the helm towards battle. So what were your thoughts about Papa Archeron showing up at the midnight hour?
I love that the ships are named what they're named. Everything else is kind of lame. But I love that the ships are named what they're named. He said he's the king of merchants. Lame. Everything about it is lame. But the ships are named after the girl. Kind of cool. I would do the same. Kind of dope. Those sound like the, the Santa Maria, the Mayflower, and the whatever. So I'm into it. Yeah, I mean, I am super happy the resolution of the father is as quick as it is, to be frank with you, because I don't keep him in this story. We don't need him.
We really don't need. I mean, he literally has done nothing the whole time, so I don't need him to be there.
He gets to say sorry to the only individual that actually cares, and it's
true.
Santa. And
well,
then Elain and Farrah don't actually care. No, but no. She's the only one who feels for it. Like, he's like, I'm sorry, Nesta, like directly to her. And
no, he knows that she's the one that hates him the most.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the others are like, I mean, he is who he is, a sack of shit, so we just forgive him. And then Nesta's like, no, because he's a sack of shit.
It's what she thinks out of everyone, though. That sucks. Like, so like, but even he was like, oh yeah, I guess I'm going to say sorry to this one particularly, because this one, for sure.
Well, he knows he done messed up the worst with her for sure. But they
don't have any stereotypical daddy issues, which is wild. So
maybe we'll see. So 72 is where we are now.
Here's where shit gets fun.
72. Also, you love that the ships are named that. Liz would like to note that she hates it.
What?
I think she's talking about daddy issues. That they're not exhibiting daddy issues. I think that's what that incorrect is about.
Oh, well, we'll have to spend some time in the other girls' heads at some point, because from my point of view, I hate the whole Papa Archeron thing. Yeah, I mean, it's agreed. Like the coolest thing is that the ships are named after the girls. That's it.
So we're at the top of 72, and he's like, oh, I take it that you're acquainted. And he's like, oh, meet Nesta. This is my mate, Farrah. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Also, like, are you Cassian? Because he doesn't even know Cassian. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, he doesn't know these people. He's like, just take my guys. I get it. You're in charge here. Take my guys.
He's like, you're the general? Sweet. You can have they work for you now. Do it. You're good.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it now. You got it.
So yes. Anyway, they're like, okay, cool. Well, we need to get it going then, because now this is looking like it's going to work out, or at least it looks better than it did before. We're getting like a last minute infusion of hope into this, and we have a job to do, so we got to go. So Amren and Farrah scoodly-doo off to try to get to the cauldron.
Yep.
And Nesta is like, I got this. You're gonna use me as the bait. And Cassian's like, no. And she's like, yes. He's going to protect me, and I'm going to be the bait. And the reason how I know that it's going to work is because it works both ways. So I'm going to pull the power towards me, and then the king is going to go away from the cauldron, which is going to allow you, Farrah and Amren, to do what you got to do with that cauldron. Okay. So Rhys is like, absolutely not, Cassian. I am not letting you throw your life away for this. And he's like, watch me. I'm doing it.
Yeah. And stop it. Just let him do it.
I'm doing it. And then they have like a little argument where he's like, it's the only shot we have. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you gave everything, Rhys. You went through that hell for us for 50 years. You think I don't know what happened? I know. We all know. And we know what you did to save us and spare us. Let us return the favor. Let us repay the debt. And he's like, there is no debt. And he's like, I never got to repay your mom for her kindness. This is where I'm crying.
Yeah. I get that. I wasn't crying. I understand why cries were happening.
Right. So I'm like, oh, I never got to repay your mother for her kindness. Let me do this my way. Let me buy you some time. And Rhys is like, I can't let you go. You're like my best friend. You're my brother. I can't do this. He's like, you can save some of the glory for the rest of us. And then he's like, peace. It made me cry. Not gonna lie.
I'm glad they were doing it together too. It makes me happy.
Yeah. So we get Cassian going off to help that way. Azriel's already like pieced out to go fly to shore up the other people that are coming in. Yeah. And he's injured as well. It's bad. So then Nesta says, "Tell father I said thank you." Because like Nesta's pretty sure she's gonna be as well, and she's fine with it.
Right.
Yep. Right. So they go off to figure out what's going on, and we're now at the top of 73. Anything you need to interject?
No. Your form was perfect.
Thank you. Also, yes, Liz is saying that it's the best bromance since The Lord of the Rings between Rhys and Cassian.
There's great bromances throughout the history of time since then. But go ahead.
I mean, okay.
Goku and Vegeta. Goku and Vegeta is a great one.
I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, so.
Wow, you're missing out on it.
But look at me knowing what it was though, and you know why I know? Because of you.
Because of me. You're missing out on quasi good storytelling. So
you know what you know about Rhys and Cassian and Feyre. Now, when people use those words, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I know who that is." And now
I've never heard those words prior to meeting you about this. So.
I know, but it's because you didn't know out in the world. But when you're out in the world now, you're gonna see it and see things. There are bumper stickers. There's all kinds of stuff you'll know and recognize now because of this.
I've got to tell you right now, we're about to get into the fun shit. Like we're about to get into the actual Dragon Ball Z part of this story.
Exactly, because this is what you've been waiting for this entire time because of the King of Hybrid.
I've been holding the page open for the last 5 minutes while you've talked. While you've spoken.
You're like, no, I have nothing else to say because I really need you to get to chapter 73.
It's all great, but let's move forward. I cried too. Let's come on, wrap it up.
Okay, got it. I got it. All right, 73. Do you want to just start or do you need me to keep going?
Keep going. Do you think?
Okay, cool. So here we are. And the cauldron is there. We're climbing up and we see this beautiful dark-haired young woman staring up at us, squinting and sniffling with a bloody mouth with nasty coated teeth. And it is the Weaver, because while she was a scary old lady, when we saw her last, she's been killing a lot of motherfuckers on this battlefield, and now she's gorgeous.
She's been eating.
Yeah, she went like full sea witch, like she was like Ursula, and now she's like the princess with the brown hair.
Like she been snatching souls.
Mm-hmm.
She is known as that soul snatcher,
or eater or something. But yeah, so she was waiting till they arrived to serve as a diversion. So she like pulls the King of Hybern out, and then we get to hear him talk. So he says to her,
hold on, now I gotta find that part because I was way too far ahead. Damn it. Oh yeah. Okay, sorry. The King of Hybern walked right past us, focused on Sturgia. On Nessa's distant rumble of power, the Weaver paused as she beheld who approached, smiled, blood dripping from her chin. How beautiful you are. How magnificent, ancient one. She brushed her hair, but
she says, you may bow, King, as it was once done.
Yeah. And then
he walks right up.
Game.
And then, like, it might not have killed her because she's a death goddess, but then he like threw her body down the hill, and then the Naga ripped her to pieces, and then she was out.
Yeah, she died. Like the writer went out of the way to say she is dead.
Mm-hmm.
This one will not be reformed.
And
then it says even Amren let it out a sound of dismay. It's like, like they were like, oh fuck.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this guy is like a harder boss to kill than what we thought, to be honest. Because this whole time we just thought he was a dude, right? Like,
yeah. So, in terms of stature, I had always thought the king was like 5'11", 225, pretty stocky, jacked, cool cape, a crown. Is it a crown? I'm going to call it a crown. On top of his head. And one of like the furs, right, with the straps, just sauntering. And then I was like, oh, that's probably Jurian. In this scene, he looks to me 7 foot tall. I don't know why. I just foresee like a 7 foot tall, like Shaq looking guy, like just a big fucking dude.
Like for me, I have just been picturing the King of Hybern as like the first king in Game of Thrones. Like the fat guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was
like, thinking... I just see him as a loser, I guess. So like, I just have always just pictured him as like kind of a fat middle-aged dude.
I see him as kind of Thanos-y aura. Liz said it was anticlimactic. I wanted a big fight. Liz, I disagree, but I didn't want a big fight. I wanted this to happen exactly like this, so that it would, so you would see how formidable the King of Hybern is, because we've not seen him fight anyone. We've not seen him doing anything with his hands. Like,
true, he's just been tricking people this whole time.
It was important to me as the reader to see the embodiment of one of the embodiments of fear that are in this story to be single-handedly dismayed by one person, by the King of Hybern. I don't know.
Oh, she says good point. Look, you won her over.
Get jobbed, as they would call it in the wrestling world.
So that happens, and he goes off to fight or to face Nesta for that. And so they go into the king's tent where he left the cauldron, and it says, Amren, watch me for a long okay, hold on. No, I can barely keep 1 foot. Okay. Cauldron's endless power slammed. She says, put your hand on the cauldron. Cauldron's endless power slammed into me, a wave threatening to sweep me under. Could barely keep 1 foot in this world, barely remember my name. So she just kept trying to cling to who she is. Amren watched me for a long moment and did not read from the book, did not put it in my hands. She shut the gold pages and shoved it behind her with a kick. Amren had lied. She did not plan to leash the king or his army with the cauldron and the book, and whatever trap she had set, I had fallen right into it. Give me your reaction.
Yeah, I was freaked out. I was like, because the word trap is a different word than what I think actually happened. But because trap is dishonest, right? And I don't think Amren is dishonest in what she's doing here.
Okay.
Still. And so the word trap is like, what's happening here? What's the point? So I immediately was like, all right, what are we doing right now? What are your thoughts? It kind of freaked me out a little bit.
What are my thoughts?
Yeah, not your thoughts to my thoughts. If you want to do your thoughts to my thoughts, bring it on. But also, okay.
That wasn't what I was saying. I forget that this happened just about every time, and every time it happens, it makes me mad and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
So
Liz says, what do you think Amren is doing? What do you think Amren is doing? I praying? I don't know. There's a lot that happens in between that moment and the moment where we finish the section.
We're basically done with Feyre for the rest of this. Like this whole chapter.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think Amren is doing? The entire time while we were doing this, like
this thing we were about to do.
She's on a Zoom call with Nessa. I was thinking about Amren in the back of my brain while Feyre is pleading with the cauldron.
But she's not on a Zoom call. She's on a webinar because they can't see her. She can only see what's happening.
Very voyeuristic moment. A lot of voyeurism right here. Yeah. A lot of voyeurism happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that takes us to 74, which is the last chapter that we cover. And the entire chapter is kind of the POV of the cauldron.
Yeah.
But through Feyre via the cauldron webinar call that we're on. So we get into it. We go out to Amren only said, I'm sorry I lied to you.
Yeah.
So like, sorry I lied to you. And then she's flung into this POV. So it's not great. Everything's looking bad. She kind of gets this like overall of what's happening on the battlefield. She sees all of the people fighting. She sees Rhysand like just blood spattered and fighting and all this stuff. And then we get to he turns into his like beast form, which he hates to do. So
I love
real bad.
I loved it. And I love that Helion did it too, because it's night and day, which I thought was kind of dope.
Right.
And then the moment Helion does it and he like cleaves a bunch of soldiers, he has to turn back to his human form so he can use his anti-spell bullshit.
Right.
And then nothing really happens with them.
Well, he like basically the first mate of the King of Highburn steps out, and then Rhys and Helion look at each other, and then he's like, you get this one, boy. And so he goes, because it's like spell against spell. Like,
oh, right. Yeah. It's like mage against mage. That whole part was kind of cool because of the scene before that we neglected to mention, where the girls are climbing up the hill and they're hearing the commanders talk about who they're going to skewer after, if they make it to us. I can't wait to fight this person or this person or this person or that person. And so this moment is kind of cool. The Helion gets like a one-on-one with his contemporary on the other side. Not really his contemporary, but yeah, just like a regular dude with magic powers. But
right. So all that happens, and then we land before Nesta and Cassian, and then she says it's like her eyes are blazing with that inner and unholy fire. He says, "Get ready, he's coming." So he shows up, and he had gone and snatched Papa Archeron as a human shield, and shows up with Papa in hand in front.
Super smart, by the way. At the moment this happened, I was like, oh yeah, Nesta's pretty formidable. This is really, really smart. Like, I was like, oh, smart. Cool. Let's see how this goes down.
But do you know what she has?
Cassian?
Daddy issues. She has daddy issues.
I mean, sure. I mean, she's got daddy issues like I've got daddy issues. Like, oh, you hold my father in front of me. This is horrible. I'm not going to shoot my own father. Sounds pretty normal. Sounds like a standard reaction.
Okay. So smart. That happens. And he has her, he's like, Nesta, and the king's like, do you want to give it?
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
I kept waiting for you to let go, and you're not.
The king smiled. Ready? Oh God, I love this. Videos full price. Okay. What a loving father, to bring an entire army to save his daughters. Oh, did I skip one? No, you didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, and then blah blah.
Down. So many things.
So many things have changed since you were last home. 3 daughters now, Faye. One of them married quite well. Like, I was laughing. I laughed out loud.
Yeah, it's true. So, but he immediately falls into, he's like, oh, I'm about to die, so I got to tell her some shit I need her to hear.
I loved you from the moment you held me in your arms, and I am so sorry, Nesta, my Nesta. I'm so sorry for all of it.
I'm not gonna lie, that also made me cry. Even though I hate Papa Archeron and he's a piece of shit, this sequence also made me cry.
He's a less than subpar dad for sure. And then Nessa's like, please. And then Harley, please. And then what will you get? Oh, and then Feyre says, what will you give me to save? Oh, no. No. Nesta's like, oh, what will you give me, Nesta Archeron? And then, will you give back what you took?
She's like, yes, I will.
Even if I have to carve it out of you?
Yep. And then Dad's like, this is where it's like, Dad, know your place. Know your place. You're just a dad, but bless him. He says, don't lay your filthy hands on my daughter. And then Anne, just like that.
So on which word do you think Hybrid was like, fuck you? Because I think it's filthy, but it could be don't. Which one?
the first one. I literally think it's like, don't. He's like, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this guy, and then he's like trying to decide when he's gonna snap his neck, but he knows he's like, am I gonna let him finish the sentence?
As a character, and I'm right here, right? Body shield. Don't you lay, or is he talking to me? You're filthy, right there.
Yeah,
like that's so pompous. Yeah. He's so arrogant that if a regular fucking human said, don't you lay your filthy buddy, your life is in my hand, literally, brother.
Literally.
It was so funny. I laughed out loud at that moment too, which is horrible. I was like,
that is bad.
What a jackass.
It's pretty bad. But it says, I heard the crack before I realized what happened. Before I saw my father's head twisted, saw the light freeze in his eyes. Nesta made no sound, showed no reaction as the king of Hybern snapped our father's neck. And Feyre, poor Feyre, says, I began screaming and thrashing inside the cauldron's grip, begging it to stop, to bring him back, to end it. Nesta looked down at my father's body as it crumpled to the floor, and her power flickered out. So Cassian's had not.
So this is where the anime starts. Okay. An anime, which happens quite a lot, a death of a loved one brings overwhelming power to the protagonist in the moment. And I was just like, oh, we're animating right now. This is super, super dope. And my favorite anime of all time, Yu Yu Hakusho, the main character can't use his full powers because he's got a mental block. He doesn't know how to be an adult about it. And so his friend Kuwabara, who sounds like this, hey, you're a Meshi. I'm going to punch you right in the face. Okay. He sounds just like that. Not a joke. And he gets stabbed in the chest with fingers by through. You see it in the anime. You see the hand go into the chest or the sternum. And then he falls to the ground. You hear this great piano concerto. Boom, 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 boom. And then the power of the main character flares up and the switch is flicked. That's what happens right here because Cassian gets his absolute ass whipped. And as a matter of fact, I imagine when he pulls a sword, he starts walking towards, King Hybern. King Hybern's like, oh, a challenger. Oh, this? Okay. And he starts just joking with him. And then the next thing you see is Cassian these broken wings on the ground, and he's just fucked up. I imagine he's been headbutted a few times because that's so disrespectful. The King of Hybern.
It's bad. It's really not good. So Cassian steps up to try to protect and to do what he said he was going to do and basically sacrifice himself for Nesta. Nesta's basically given up a little bit because she's so focused on her dad. And so she closes his eyes, and then she looks up from there, and then her eyes, it says limbing her skin, uncut power. She is so pissed.
Yeah, she goes Super Saiyan in this moment right now.
Yeah.
She lets the rage out. The rage that she's had and she's never let out before. Yeah.
This is female rage, the musical. It's about to happen right here.
I think it's just rage in general. I think it's just anyone who could reach this moment.
Yes, but if you're a woman, there is a specific amount of rage that is female rage, that is a raw, untapped, uncut power that we hardly ever get to access. Okay. And so this, reading it was oh, wow. Yeah, that's it's what you wish you could do if you could actually just unleash on someone, but on a much bigger, obviously metaphorical scale. So she says the power around her shuddered. Nesta got to her feet. Cassian screamed because he's stomping on his wings.
Oh, he's fucked up.
So disrespectful. So disrespectful. And
that's his sensitive part.
It is.
It's like kicking him in the balls. It literally is kicking him right in the nuts.
It's so not nice. But she says, stop. The king looked over her shoulder at Nesta as she stepped forward. Cassian's mouthing for her to run, and she doesn't. She takes in his broken body, the pain in his eyes. and angles her head. The movement was not human, not fae, purely animal, purely predator.
Okay, can you give it to me? Do you got it in you?
I think it's like, I gotta like dead in my face. Hold on. Okay. So I think it's like
I think it's more. Can I give it a shot?
Mm-hmm.
I'm no lady, but I think it's more like
I am no man. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think it's like
that's a little too creepy, doll. That's a little too like our friend Amy is really good at that. What was that movie where the creepy people would smile? So fucked up. Like she does that face every now and then. I'm like, oh, Amy, please don't do that. But yeah, that's what you're doing, and I don't think it's like that.
No, I think it's literally like.
Mm-hmm. It's like, to me, it almost reminds me of like, okay, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Blue, when it's like the raptor just kind of like quirks its head around, like, oh, I'm about to fuck you up. It's kind of like, I think like that.
I like every emotion. It's joy, it's sadness, it's rage, it's anger. It's like every single kind of. It's just like all of it all at once. It's
yep. So she just looks at him and she says, I am going to kill you.
Oh, I am going to kill you, she said quietly. And then he said, really? Because I can think of far more interesting things to do with you.
And so all that happened is she curls her fingers and he's like snapping on his wings again. Not good. So Nesta just like explodes. She blows her wad all at once. And the king winnows out of the way. So unfortunately, she has to do it again. She blasts. Well, she like incinerates an entire like half a forest there. And then he's like, oh, magnificent. Would you like to finish?
Yeah, now okay, where are we? Hold on, sorry. I'm looking for quotes.
Next page.
The king appeared perhaps 30 feet away and laughed at the smoking ruin. Magnificent. Barely trained, brash, but magnificent.
So she curls her hands again, and then Cassian's like, please go, just go.
This seems... Oh, this is actually my favorite part. Not a joke. This part is my favorite part of this whole section. This seems familiar. Was it him or the other bastard who crawled toward you that day?
It's not good. So she doesn't say anything. She just holds her ground, and the king chuckles.
Shall I see what the Illyrian taught you?
Because she's lifted a sword, and that's when he's like, okay, you want to sword play? Let's do this. Right. So no, she jumps back. They're like doing the sword thing back and forth, and Cassian's still crying out her name, crawling
to him. There is no sword thing back and forth. He disarmed her in a move. Like, it was like ka-ting, and she was disarmed. He says it right here. In two movements, he had disarmed her. He said there was no sword play.
But what she was saying, it says, and jump back, clipping his sword with her own to try to lead him away from Cassian. So it's like she's not engaged. She's bouncing back. She's like trying to retreat.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page. I wasn't trying to disagree.
No. She's just trying to distract and get him away.
Hey, come here, dog. Come here. Yeah.
We're trying to get him away from Cassian because he keeps stepping on his wings, and that's.
And then he's like, oh, and then she just, the sword goes away.
Well, and to be fair, a little critique is that if that bitch had just gone to even one training session with Cassian, just like one, because she has not. Still, even with all the crap that she has experienced, even with all of the stuff that we've already had to deal with, and like, okay, great, I'm glad you're there, like changing out bloody water in the war camps and all the stuff. But like, you know what would have been useful in this moment? I don't know. Maybe learn how to hold a sword.
Buddy. Zero chance.
Just saying.
She could have trained for a year straight, 5 hours a day, and gotten her ass kicked because he probably outweighs her by 250 pounds also.
I get it. But also...
Maybe 150 pounds. But yeah.
But still, like try. 0 effort was given. 0 effort. And now it's like, what do you mean now? I can't defeat you with this sword, even though I've literally never practiced with one a day in my life.
I was hoping when he disarmed her that he would say, he would look at her and be like, huh, looks like you've been disarmed, and then cut her arm off. Because that would have been hilarious. That's something he would definitely do.
I mean, yeah.
It would be fucking funny. And it's like, oh yeah, that's actually in character. Looks like you've been disarmed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway, do you want to do the last line? Because this is where she's about to like own his ass. Go ahead.
Yeah, the king only sheathed his sword, towering over her as whatever, pushed off the ground. Well, what else do you have?
So she just turns over because she's like on the ground. So she just turns over and like throws out her hand, and white power shoots out of her palm, slams into his chest, and her power sends him flying back, trees snapping under him one after the other. So she's just literally like, and he's like, tree.
Yeah. She essentially was like, I'm going to do it. Do you mind? I'm going to say something inappropriate.
Okay, when do you not?
She was like, I'm going to blow my load all over your insides. No homo.
Wow. You really said that.
Yeah, I asked you if I could say it. I asked.
Yeah, you did. You did. So anyway, he's like blasted through some trees.
Everyone watching just left. I'm sorry, that's not real.
Wow. Okay, he's blasted through all the trees. Yeah. He's gone. And Nesta like runs to Cassie and is like, get up, come on, he's coming back. Yeah. Like, I'm not that good. Let's go. Get up. But he can't, and he's just, it's not working. So he's like,
I love that she's like, you're too heavy. No, duh.
Again, a single day of training. 0 effort has ever been given on your part, and now you're surprised that you can't do shit. I'm sorry.
He's coming, and I was just like, don't say what you're thinking, Luke. Keep reading.
I'm sorry, but it's just so annoying. She's so annoying in this part because you 0 effort, and now you're just surprised that you're about to get your ass handed to you. I don't
think she's surprised. What do you mean?
No, but she's just like, it's just so annoying.
Okay. I don't think of any training whatsoever. She's still more capable.
No, I get it. But also the reason why I'm annoyed is because of the Nefel philosophy, which is like, you know what? Feyre couldn't fly, but she knew that she was not, it was kind of pointless for her to keep taking flying lessons, but it was like, nope, you never know. 1 hour, 1 lesson, 1 whatever might make the difference. You just never know. And so Feyre is like the antithesis of this. Okay. She's like working and putting in the work and the time and busting her ass, trying to be there just to help, because what if she helps and saves like 1 person? Because she's doing all this, right?
Listen, we've both been in situations where it was like, you got to go on stage. Mm-hmm. And if you don't even try to be ready to go on stage, there's 0 chance you're going to perform. But if you at least try, even if you don't think you're going to make it on stage, you might get there and you might think it's a little bit better than you think.
Yeah. Well, she didn't do that at all. She was the opposite of that. She was like, well, it's pointless and I'm just a girl, so I'm not going to try.
I'm just a girl.
Like, I don't like it. It's part of why I don't like her anyway. So Cassian is...
Oh, this is actually beautiful. I almost cried here. Although I looked over at the clock and it said 9:28, and I was like, ah!
You're like, shit, I gotta keep reading.
I gotta go. Mm-hmm, but this line is like, so super good.
He's like, go, you need to go. And she's like, the same way Rhys is. She's like, I can't leave you. And then Cassian grunts in pain.
I'll find you in the next world, the next life, and we will have that time.
No, you skipped the best part. Go up to the top of the page.
I have no regrets in my life, but this, that we did not have time, that I did not have time with you, Nesta.
Oh, that was really good, Luke. That was good. That was really good.
I've been practicing.
That was really good. But yeah, that it's the best. It's very sweet. Anyway, then Hybern steps into the clearing and it's Bad News Bears. She covers his body with her own. And they're like, it's all right, we're just gonna die together. And Feyre's trying to bargain with the Cauldron.
Right. But while the king is like, he's got the like laser sword coming out of his hand. Like it's literally energy that's just like a lightsaber. He's like, we're just walking up with a lightsaber hand. Like you said, I will offer you a bargain. I said to the Cauldron, I will offer you my soul, save them. And he's like, romantic, but ill-advised. So awesome, dude. I fucking love this guy.
Because Nesta's covering Cassian's body.
I'm aware.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I know. But so you're exactly right. Power whirling like a dark galaxy in his palm.
Yeah. Straight up sword. Like he's about to stab them both through with his hand.
She said, I knew they both died the moment.
With the energy.
Yeah, with the energy. Knew that they would both die the moment that power hit them. She's like, I'll give you anything. And then the king's hand's about to like drop to like just end it. And then it halted and a choking noise came out of him because a black blade broke through the king's throat, spraying blood. I realized someone else had. Elain stepped out of a shadow behind him and rammed Truth Teller to the hilt through the back of the king's neck as she snarled in his ear, "Don't touch my sister."
Beautiful.
And that's the end of the chapter sections.
First off, now that we're here, you said I would be irritated by that. I'm not irritated at all by that. That was a great part. That was a great time to cut that. In terms of storytelling, super into the twist ending of the weakest person in our story killing the strongest person in our story with a dagger that was gifted to her in some fortune teller or thoughtful way, because Azrael is that kind of person. Maybe. Yeah, super cute. Oh,
you good?
Yes. It's really cute.
It's nice. So, do you have any like major reaction to that? Or it says one of the best moments, but how in the heck did Elain sneak up on him? Well, Liz, I'm glad you asked. Also, allow me to refer back to the text. It says, Elain stepped out of a shadow holding Truth Teller, which means Elain winnowed, is what I think. Maybe. Also, keep reading Crescent City, Liz, and then I can tell you more.
How do we know okay, so yeah, she just said keep reading Crescent City, Liz, and I can tell you more. You're back now.
Sorry.
We don't know the capability of her powers. There's no way of her knowing where the King of Hybern and Nesta was, unless she had the foresight, right? It's strange that Feyre didn't notice it all happening at the same time, because the Cauldron is so single-minded and singularly focused, right? That's kind of weird to me that an omnipotent item is only focused on one place at one time at any given time. That to me, I was like, okay. It seems like this item would be the one item that can see more than just that, for as powerful or overwhelming it is. But whatever, storytelling.
If you keep reading Crescent City, then we can talk more about why the Cauldron might not have been able to know what Truth Teller was doing because of what Truth Teller is and where it's from.
So you said that some of the other novels that Sarah J. Maas has written are part of the same universe, right?
They are 3 separate universes that overlap, kind of like string theory.
Okay, cool. Anywho, we're in our last section.
We are. So your homework is to read to the end of this book.
And to buy the next book, obviously.
And yeah.
The next two books, really. Why not?
Yeah, go ahead and buy the next two, because this is the next one. It is called A Court of Frost and Starlight. And it is wee. Okay? It is a wee little Christmas special. And it only has how many pages?
Looks like 280.
229.
Damn it.
Yeah. It only has 229. So comparatively, it's just a little snack.
I mean, 229 is 4 sections.
Yeah. If we do our normal cadence, yes.
If we do our normal cadence. I mean, we have till October.
Technically, it's 5. Because like 40 to 50 pages is where we normally.
Right.
So.
I mean, we got until October to do 5 sections, and then maybe another 18 sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15,
Silver Flames is the longest book.
Yeah.
So it's a little bigger. Cool. It's bigger than this one.
So do I have any prognostications? We got to figure out what the fuck Amren was doing.
Prognostications with Luke.
Got to figure out what the Cauldron is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid that if you destroy the Cauldron, you destroy Nesta at this point in the story. So that's a pretty standard fantasy thing. So, you know, I'm concerned that that's the case. Do I think the King of Hybern is dead? The King of Hybern could have done a body switch right there. Like a do poof. Do. I don't think that happened because we don't want to steal this moment from Elain, even though she's just about useless, except for right now.
Like father, like daughter.
Yeah. #truth. I think.
But don't worry, they don't have daddy issues.
I don't think. I mean, I've yet to see the stereotypical daddy issues that I have seen at my brunches and at my dates and in the morning when I wake up sometimes and in a few other places. Okay, yeah, you lost me at some of that, but you understand where I'm coming from. I have seen all the stereotypes of daddy issues in varying forms and at varying times of the day and in varying seasons and in varying lunar cycles and zodiac signs. So I don't see it as much as. What was that for? What are you laughing?
I'm just laughing at various lunar cycles. Sorry. I'm going to start saying that very out of context in my life. I can't wait.
Various lunar cycles and in varying zodiac signs. There's just, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Also varying points of birth. And places of birth too. Actually, it's like, oh, okay. You have the same daddy issue stereotypes as someone who is born in Pennsylvania. They're a second child and born in April. You're a millennial. You have those exact daddy issues. Welcome to this world.
All right. Well,
ADHD, brother.
I love how much you think you know about that. I love it. It makes me really happy.
It's not a thing. It's just I'm just seeing a pattern. I can see it.
I see it. I get it. You're that 5-wing 4.
Oh, just got to have empathy because right now I can't have anything else for what's happening in front of me.
Yeah, he's that 5-wing 4. So I get it. I do.
What is that 5-wing 4 again? Do they have superpowers?
Of being annoying, absolutely.
Well, that's okay. I almost said that's you too, but the band.
Yeah. No, we are similar, but not. I'm an 8 on the Enneagram, and I also am just like hyper vigilant. So I tend to have high pattern recognition as well. But basically, anyone who is watching that knows what I know, that watches along with us, find you very annoying.
What do you mean?
Your skills of high pattern recognition. It's annoying.
Yeah. I'm just like taking shit from other stories.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah. Why are you saying sure? What do you mean?
Oh, well, I get what you're saying as far as like you have seen it in other, and now that we know that Sarah J. Maas is also like a huge anime fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you two clips more, that you're like, that's female rage, and I'm like, buddy. That's rage for every. I'm going to send you the actual clips from that are the exact same scene of the exact same situation where the main character sees a death happen and they blow a hole through somebody.
Yeah,
that actually happens.
Let me Can you pause for 1 second?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me be very clear. I was not telling you that you were wrong, that it was specifically female rage. What I was saying is I identify with it personally as a wonderful example of that untapped female rage. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I personally identify with the female rage aspect of what we witnessed in that chapter.
Nice. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. But I'm not saying you're wrong, because you are exactly right.
No, I don't think there's right or wrong in this situation. I was just like, oh. It's like, there's... Yeah. I think everyone has this. Every single person I've ever met has this like moment where they're like, can't cross that one. Can't cross this barrier at all whatsoever. You're going to get your absolute... Like, you'll just get killed by this person, and they don't care. Yeah.
But what I'll say is, it is something that you will not be able to understand because you are not part of the group. You are not a woman. You can empathize, but you will not understand.
What do you mean?
Identify it.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So you're saying, I hear you, but really it's just general. And I'm saying, yes, because you don't fully understand what I'm saying because you can't. You're not a part of the group.
Okay.
It's like, same thing as like if you are a white person and then you're like, oh yeah, no, I understand racism. I really do. No, you don't actually. So you can see it and empathize, but you will never actually know.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not wrong at all. And that's why I'm saying I wasn't saying, no, you're wrong. I'm saying it's a different category of something that you just don't fully understand because you're not part of that. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I completely disagree, but okay.
Whatever I was like,
whatever you think.
I was like, you're just saying, okay, you do not agree.
And I'm cool with it. Like,
you don't have to agree. You can disagree 100%. I think some of our best stuff happens when we disagree.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And I think some of our best stuff happens when we agree. So it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, we're pretty cool.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Oh my gosh. Cabin Man's now on mine. Hi, Cabin Man.
Cabin Man, you're crushing it, dude.
Hey, buddy. I don't even know you, sir, but
Cabin Man threw me about 6K likes on my TikTok here. So.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And Joe just popped in as well. Joe, I hope you made it home safe from New York.
Me too.
Man, it's like weekly pop in and pop out. This is adorable. Everybody's joining the ticky tag right at the end. Okay, so you're gonna read the end of the book.
The final section, yeah.
The final section of this book. Did you have any further prognostications?
Not really. I mean, you already let us slip that the war ends in this book, so now I'm just like, who's the big bad? I can only think of one creature that's left in this story that is remotely as powerful as any of these others, and it's attached to a tree next to a lake on the continent. So I'm like, oh, what is this thing going to be that captured this phoenix-like human character that we still need to figure out? How is a human transforming into a phoenix?
Yeah. This gives me such... Okay, did you ever watch The Swan Princess?
No.
Okay. It's one of the... it's not Don Bluth. But, okay, it was like a cartoon, and it was like back in the 90s, there were basically only 3 people who drew cartoons. Okay. Right, and it was like Disney, or it was like the damn, what's their name? Do you know what I'm talking about? Like the people that did American Tail, like Don Bluth. He did a 5 West, the American Tail, all of those.
I actually don't.
Like all the kids movies that were not Disney.
Yeah, I have no idea. The only kids movie I remember.
There was one called The Swan Princess.
You got it. Go ahead, do your thing. Whatever.
Okay. There's one called The Swan Princess. It was like my favorite cartoon as a child.
Yeah.
And it's basically Swan Lake, kind of, and also this cachet fairy tale.
Okay.
Did I break up?
You did. No.
Okay.
You
said this up there.
You said that there's a lot of similarities between this cachet storytelling and Swan Lake. and the Princess Swan or whatever it's called.
Yes. And for you specifically, I was mentioning that because of I was listening and watching this movie, and I'm like, why is this voice? I love this voice. Come to find out, it's a whole bunch of musical theater greats that are voicing that movie, as well as John Cleese.
John Cleese is awesome. Okay.
Yes. So very throwing it back to Liz's Monty Python comment in there. This is also like this of a French frog. It's fantastic. Anyway, I just keep thinking about that when we keep talking about Voss and all this. So that was a big side note.
Big side note. Okay, so when can you people when can the audience expect to see us back again? And we lost her again. God, every time I ask important questions, every single time, just make faces at her the entire time. Oh, like look at her. Her smile was so funny.
So silly. Mm-hmm.
Are you watching me make faces at you right now? Oh, we're gonna do it again. I don't know. I'm going to stop doing that. But we are going to decide when we're going to do this again. So Emily can go to bed because she has important things to do, as do I. And we are probably going to get together sometime this weekend, or I'm thinking Sunday. Ooh, we lost her on the ticky-tack too. I'm thinking Sunday. So we'll figure that out as she comes back in. We're going to give her about 30 seconds. If you do want to see this, that point in the, what's it called? Oh, no, not that. Yeah, whatever. If you do want to see an anger point by a dude, watch Gohan go Super Saiyan 2. It's kind of perfect, and it's exactly what she was talking about, but from an 11-year-old's standpoint. Dude, I would be so frustrated if I was her. This takes a radical amount of mental strength and fortitude, because I would just be like, my internet, meh. That's how I would be. And this person right here doesn't look bored at all, right? She just looks focused, a little sassy, a little sad. She's trying, though. And that's what's important here. We're just sitting here on the kitchen couch, going to wait a little bit longer. Cabin Man, you got anything to say as we close this out? Did you enjoy our little conversation? Liz, would you like to add to this conversation just while Emily is kind of moving in and out of? How were my voices today? Were they pretty good? Gonna let her take a moment to come back. Boop doo 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 boop 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 boop. Oh, there she is.
Hi.
Hey.
Sorry. My internet does not like us going past an hour and a half.
Well, yeah. Good voice, except for Papa Archeron. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think, Papa Archeron doesn't strike me as anything I need to remember forever. So, or rehearse or try. So, yeah, we're pretty stoked about that, Emily.
Hi.
Did you hear?
I didn't hear any of what you're saying now.
I said so next time we'll probably get into Cabin Man said we'll definitely am into this story ... might go check it out. Definitely do that, Cabin Man.
Yeah, he should totally join.
Definitely go do that. Like I said, it's A Court of Wings and Ruin is the third book. A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first one. It is a lot like Beauty and the Beast. There's a little bit of smuttiness in it. If you're not accustomed to sex scenes in books, understand there is. But on the flip side, the other things that are also in the book, in terms of the violence, are just as gratuitous. So everything is just as intense as everything else. That can be intense, which I think is actually expert level writing, because a novice would screw that up. But no, it's like reading an HBO series with a little bit more rated R stuff. Anyway, I said to the audience we'd be getting together
Yeah, I was just saying, how long do you think it'll take for you to finish?
Sometime this weekend. I was thinking Sunday is usually the day that we get. Sunday's a day that we have done this before pretty regularly.
I can't do Sunday.
What is a day that you can do? You don't have to tell us why. Your life's really important.
I was just gonna say I could do probably Saturday.
I don't see why Saturday would be a problem. No, Saturday would be a problem. That's the 14th. I have a black tie thing.
So fancy.
Yeah, it's not that cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could do it during the day if you want to try doing it during the day.
We could do it during the day. During the day sounds good if we do it during the day. Okay,
cool. Well, let's maybe do it during the day then.
Yeah. So during the day, Saturday, what do you say?
That sounds good to me.
Hey, the hay's in the barn. We will see you on Saturday afternoon. Those who can attend should attend. Emily, do you have anything to add before we close out this very wonderful penultimate chapter session of A Court of Wings and Ruin?
That if you like this content, you should obviously like and subscribe.
1000%. And follow both of us on different channels and varying social medias because we'll have updates on new things and fun things going on. But until next time,